Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabriella. If you clicked on this episode, you want to know how to level it up. I am right there with you. I feel like my whole life is just me trying to figure out how to level up. These are 9 things I needed to stop doing in order to level up and become the woman that God made me be. Number 1, swearing. I got very convicted of this, honestly, like a month ago. Because my sister called me out and she's like, what are you doing? Like, you keep swearing. Like, you stopped for a while and now it's back. And I noticed it's because I was hanging out with some people who were swearing. And, I didn't really think that was a big deal. Now looking back, I'm like, how did I not think that's a big deal? I got baptized. I'm in my word. I'm following God. I can't just be walking around saying the F-bomb. Jesus would not do that. So that was a big conviction. Yeah, that's one thing I stopped swearing. I actually just realized I haven't said a swear in a couple days. Listen, I make these videos based off real time, what I am going through. I am not claiming to be perfect or anything. I am walking this path right there with you. But ladies, let's knock it out because that ain't cute. The second thing I needed to stop doing was, yep, you guessed it, drinking and smoking. There are so many reasons I stopped doing this. Let's just start off with the basics. You guys, drinking is really bad for us, really bad for our body. And I get it, it's fun, it's this, it's that, but it is not fun for the inside of our body. Why do you think people are throwing up and feeling hungover? Being on the outside of it, it is just not it. Like, I'm waking up to, how did I live this way for so long? And I would do things that I would regret. I would do things that I didn't even know I did because I would black out all the time, which, hello, what is blacking out? You're literally not having memory of what you did. It's just really scary if you really sit there and think about it. My second thing is as I'm trying to become this woman of God, she doesn't get drunk. And the thing with me is I would get drunk. I couldn't just have a glass or two. I don't think that that's the end of the world. But for me, I was getting drunk and I was doing some very ungodly things. So zip it, you need to cut that thing out right then and there. And then smoking, I was an addict. So that's a whole other thing. Thank God for my job because I got drug tested, so I had to stop. But yes, we as women of God, we don't do that. Or if you do it in moderation because you can control it. I'm not the sober police. I'm just saying that it did not work for me. The third thing that I needed to knock off was the oversleeping. Okay, I would wake up. My alarm would go off at 8. I would snooze it. My alarm would go off at 8:30. Snooze until 10 a.m. The day is half gone. I'm rolling out of bed. I'm turning on my phone. And that's the thing. It's like oversleeping. It would lead to a spiral of other activities, because when you oversleep and when you continue to snooze, you really are procrastinating the very first thing that you have to do, which is just get out of bed. So then it's a ripple effect of the rest of the day. You're procrastinating, you're feeling crappy, whatever. Crappy is not a swear. I don't know who thought that was a swear, probably no one, but I felt 1% convicted. Anyways, oversleeping, we don't do that anymore. I actually am now a 5 a.m.er, a 5, 6, today's 7 a.m.er, but that's because I got home late from work last night. When I don't have work, I am a 5 a.m.er and I literally love it, okay? And sometimes I'm like, dang, this day is kind of long, but it makes me feel very productive. So not saying you need to be a 5 a.m.er, but don't oversleep. If you have a goal to wake up at 7, wake up at 7. It takes 10 seconds. Right after those 10 seconds, you're awake. It feels, a little uncomfortable, and then you get out of bed. And actually, the first thing I do now that I get out of bed is I make my bed right away before I even go pee. Well, no, I think I go pee. No, I go pee. I brush my teeth right when I go pee. Sorry, TMI, not really. And then I come back and make my bed. Fourth, I basically stopped eating junk food. So I'm on day 31 of my 40-day sugar fast. And I already know this is from God from so many things that He's shown me. Basically, I was eating whole foods, I'd say 70% of the time. And then I would eat a lot of junk because I work on an airplane. There's constantly airplane snacks, and I was eating a lot of them. I feel like every flight I would be like, okay, it's my snack of the flight, and then I would like eat a whole bag of cookies, and then I would wonder why I didn't like my body. Like, it made me so inflamed. So anyways, I got a download from God being like, quit sugar. My big thing was stevia and like sugar in my coffee. I'm telling you, I would have like an ungodly amount of packets, and I started becoming so dependent on sugar that I would actually just rip open sugar packets and put them in my mouth. And I realized, okay, I'm depending on this for my little happiness. Knock it off. So I did this 40-day fast. Day 31, I'm feeling like a new person, and to the point where I don't want to go back. So I think, of course, like if it's a birthday party or a party, I'm gonna have a sweet treat. Like I can't live this way forever, but it's not gonna be back to the way that I used to. So yeah, the number 4 thing that I stopped doing was eating junk food. Not most of the time, but I want it to be very minimal for my goals, for my life. Very, very minimal. Okay, the 5th habit I stopped doing to level up and become the woman that God made me be was I stopped working out like a man. Listen, ladies, listen, or men, whoever's listening. I was kind of skipping over the whole hormone thing. Everyone was like, oh, I cycle track. I was like, stupid. I can work out every single day. I can weightlift every single day. You know, because a man's cycle resets every 24 hours, whereas a woman's is every 28, 30 days. I don't even know. See, I'm still learning. Is it every 28 or 30? I don't know. You're probably answering right now. Okay, I still don't know. I'll Google after. Actually, hey Siri, how often is a woman's cycle?
Here's an answer from medicinenet.com.
Okay, around every 28 days. I knew that. So yeah, I was thinking that I could just work out every single day, give it my all, weight lift all this weight and feel incredible. No, and I started becoming, again, so inflamed. I started becoming bulky, okay? And weightlifting was my life. If you knew me, you knew I liked weightlifting. But God, again, has been refining me throughout the past couple months, and now I'm stepping into I'm like a runner now, which is crazy. I used to literally hate running, and I'm taking more care, yoga, you know, bar classes, just cardio, circuits, functional training, endurance training, because why could I not jump rope for 30 seconds without losing breath? It's like I could lift all this weight and hip thrust 315, but I couldn't even jump rope for a minute straight. So that was a big wake up call, and I stopped working out like a man, and I'm really stepping into like a feminine era, and I don't really want to look super bulky anymore. Not that I ever wanted to look bulky, but like I don't want to, like, I think strong is insanely sexy, but I don't want to look like I was so into like the gym rat, gym culture. It was just, and I still am, but it's refined. Okay, the 7th habit, which I kind of touched on, is like no rolling out of bed. Okay, now I have a very strict, very set up morning and night routine. We need structure to our days. If we're going to become Proverbs 31 women, we need a flow. We need structure. And I love my morning routine now. It's so fun. I love my night routine, probably even more, obviously, because I love sleep. It's just so comfortable. I love getting in bed, lighting candles, journaling. I actually just got a TV in my room, so I've been watching like some YouTube videos on my TV, and yeah, it's been really nice. Which brings me into number 8. The 8th habit that I needed to stop doing to level up was stop putting God last. I would wake up, like I said, I would roll out of bed, and I would just eat and go to the gym without even opening my Bible or even talking to God. And it's like, what? How are we not talking to the one that is literally establishing our steps? So now I get in my Bible before the gym, which, okay, that's a big conviction. Why was I putting so much time and energy into the gym and my macros and all this, but I couldn't even make 10 minutes for God? And I was putting all this energy into the gym. No wonder why I was the way I was. I was literally depressed. Okay, I gotta finish this up because my storage just gave out. But yes, when you put God first, everything else truly does fall out beautifully, exactly how you were looking everywhere else but God, but He's the answer to everything. So yes, put God first. The 9th habit that I needed to drop, this was a big one, was I needed to stop dressing for attention. I needed to stop dressing provocatively, okay? And I'm not saying I was ever like terrible, but I definitely was carrying out my college style, if you will. And I'm 24, and especially to the gym, my stomach doesn't need to be out every single day. My skin doesn't need to be showing. And it was a deeper rooted issue where I believe I was dressing for attention. Well, not I believe, I know I was dressing for attention, and there is just so much more than that. Actually, that's not even any of it. When you dress modestly and put together and conservatively, honestly, people respect you so much more, and you have to realize that your worth is so much more than your body, and that your energy is what attracts people. Nothing about your body, no amount of skin that you show is going to make the right person come and stay. No, it is your energy. It is how you treat people, how you respond, how you act. And so that was a whole wake-up call. I actually had to literally get rid of half my closet, and now I'm working on rebuilding it into a more womanhood, Proverbs 31 closet, because I got the ick. I actually got I got convicted of wearing leggings at the gym, and I'm not saying I'll never wear leggings again, but it's got to be with like a big t-shirt or something. Like, I just can't walk around like that. You know, I heard someone say, you don't know how the way that you're dressing can impact another person's relationship. Like, you don't want your brother in Christ to fall short in sin because they're looking at your body. This piece of hair is bothering me. So I almost want to like dress to respect other relationships. Like, I don't have a boyfriend that, you know, I owe respect to at this moment, but it's not even for myself, bruh. It's not only for myself, it's for everyone else. Like, it was a really big wake-up call, and I honestly love it. I love dressing like modestly now. Again, this was like a week or two ago realization, so I still have a lot of clothes to get rid of. But when you realize that your worth doesn't come from your body, it is like the most liberating feeling ever. The 10th habit that I needed to drop was rushing and moving fast. Oh my gosh, why was I literally like running through life, like bumping into walls? That's like something me and my sister talk about. Like, when you're so unconscious and you're like walking into a room and you're like just hit the door frame, like, slow down. That's such an ick. Like, again, I'm stepping into this Proverbs 31 elegant, classy. Like, she's slow. She's not running around frantically like trying to rush out the door. Like, again, with the morning and the night routine, that's why it's so important to just take your time, romanticize things, make it worthwhile. This life, every single day, is a gift. Stop treating it like a to-do list. And then I'm gonna throw in a little bonus. The 11th habit that I needed to stop doing, I could get some hate for this one, but it's ChatGPT therapy. My storage keeps running out. So yes, I was going to ChatGPT for everything. Before God, any anxiety, ChatGPT. And yes, it's a quick fix, but that is not the way to go. We need to go to God first, again, with going to God first. And it's just, that's not the woman that God created me to be, is to depend on a robot for my anxiety to be cured. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed rest of your week. I hope y'all got something from this. Truly, if there's a habit that you also recently stopped doing, please let me know, because it would be amazing to know that I'm not alone. Okay, take care. Bye.